Hello, friends and enemies. It's me, V, and it is currently 2:25 in the morning. It is July 28th, and this is week 23. Is it 23? No, it's not 23. It's not 23? This tells me nothing. This tells me absolutely nothing. It just says my next 4 weeks, and I'm like, it's either week 23 or 24. You think I would have figured this out by now, but it's again 2 o'clock in the morning, and right now my brain is just, it's almost out there. Anyway, I have a lot of things that I wanted to tell you guys. First things first, I gained 0.8 pounds this week. Yeah, I could lie and say, oh my gosh, I don't know where it came from. I know exactly where it came from. I was drinking water. However, I will admit that I was doing muscles. I also will admit that besides doing muscle strength exercising, I was really pushing myself with cardio. Besides that, I also was having really salty meals. And I was drinking water, but not enough water to cover the salty things I was drinking. Eating. And if you look at my fitness pal for the last week, you'll see like, oh wow, you really did 3,000. You're under 3,000 in terms of sodium. And I did it today, actually. I had focaccia bread and I wasn't thirsty, and then I ate it, and now I'm parched, and I'm just like, why? Why? But it's so tasty. And that's the thing, I think. What has happened is I went from salty, or no, I'm sorry, I went from sweet to now salty, and as a result, I've just I switched brands, and I'm really trying to find a happy medium where I can get sweet and salty, but I'm not gaining points. If you gain points, that means you gained weight, and I don't want to gain any more weight. I want to lose weight. So right now, I'm at 206.8. I also want to lose it because I'm like, what is going on with my PCOS? For those of you who don't know me, my name is V. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Essentially, what that means is my body gets a lot of insulin and is like, what do I do with it? And when you have polycystic ovarian syndrome, your body does that. And you can end up getting a heart attack, sleep apnea, diabetes, uterine cancer. A bunch of awesome things can happen to you. It also is hard for you to lose weight. Yeah. Oh, and you get also a sexy lady beard. If you can't see, or if you've watched my other videos, which I'll link down below, you'll see my awesome lady beard. It attracts the fellas. That's why I am where I'm at now. That's why I'm in my bed alone. This lady beard just makes everything so sexy. Okay, I had to be sarcastic. I just had to. Which brings me to two things. First things first. This is Weight Watchers, and this was what was in the weekly this week, which is talking about boosting your self-esteem. And they gave tips. Think about, and what my leader said was, think about someone that you love. Now, what word would you use to describe them? You know, what do they think of you? And I said, okay, my mom, my dad, they're forceful. My sister, forceful. They just love me. They think that, you know, I may mess up a lot of times, but I still will be there for people. I think that's maybe what they think. And she said, notice how you didn't say, oh, they're big or they're small or they have a big finger or something. You don't talk about them like that. You just think of them and the love you have for them than what they think of you. And that was putting it in perspective. Okay. Number 2. I went on Reddit. In fact, I went to PCOS Lose It, as well as PCOS. I'm going to link down both of them. and they were talking about weight loss actually, and PCOS. I found out, and I think I may have mentioned it before, where they talk about BMR, which is basal metric rate, measure rate. Oh, damn it! I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. It's base metabolic rate. Ha! Now, apparently, there's a study where if you have PCOS, and I swear I think I mentioned this, where your calorie intake is a lot lower than what others would be. And I looked mine up because there's an actual calculator that you can go to. Mine is and actually it's not mine. It's fertilitychef.com PCOS diet calculator. And I'm going to link it down below, and apparently you can put it in how much you weigh, your age, as well as when you were born, or really that's your age, and then are you sedentary, are you light active, that sort of thing. And it came out to my actual approximately, it came out to my TDE, which is your total daily energy I speak real good. Your expenditure. See, here's the thing. When I'm reading, I often read things in my head, and then when I say it out loud, I always second guess myself. Now, if I were talking to myself, I'd be like, oh, total daily energy expenditure. But now that I'm in front of you, I'm like, I don't think that's right. I've listened to other people. I always say TDEE. Now, the one I have for me, and this is because I have been light exercise activity, or activity, is 2,268. So subtract 500, and that's what the website said to do. Subtract 500 if you want to lose a pound. And when I look at my FitnessPal over the last few weeks, when I had 1,500 down, I was able to lose 2.2 pounds. So I think what I'm going to do is go back to that. But at the same time, it's like, if I'm exercising, if I'm already at 1,500 and then I'm exercising, do I eat a little bit more because I'm going to be, I'm starting to do strength training? Should I not do the strength training? Should I just work on cardio? I'm still trying to figure that out. That's really where I'm at right now, just trying to figure that out. I want to get buff, and I want to be strong enough to where I can carry my own weight. I want to be able to do plank. I want to be able to carry a man that is the size of Clay Matthews on my back, or drag him for three blocks. Like, say there's fire or a zombie apocalypse. I want to be able to carry a man of his weight, because if I can carry his weight and mine, then I know I can survive a zombie apocalypse. You laugh, but that was part of the reason why I got fit. I admit that I know dead people can't come back, but dead people always have scared the hell out of me as a child. And if things happen, or if there's a nuclear apocalypse, I want to be able to be fit, so people don't say, we're going to eat Veronica when she goes to sleep. Again, that is really bizarre and messed up, but that's the stuff I think in my head, and I'd rather be fit and then have them say, Veronica's too stringy, and so they won't kill me and eat me, versus being chubby and them eating me. Anyway, besides that, I've also been following a few different YouTubers as well. I currently am following 230. I also remember what I wanted to tell you. 230 pounds. I'm following her because we're actually similar. You know how I told you I started at 220? Well, that's not true. I actually got an email from myself a year ago. Yeah. If you go to futureme.org, you can send yourself an email and send it to yourself in the future. Well, I got my email yesterday, and it said, hey, Veronica, you need to go back to Weight Watchers or exercise because you're piddling. Yeah, I use the word piddling. You're piddling between 236 and 234 pounds. I forgot all about that. But here's the crazy thing. I had known that I had been 230 because there were times, and even in January of this year, of 2018, I got on the scale. I remember it said 230. It may have been higher, but once I saw it at 230, I said, no, I'm not going to claim that. And I didn't put it down on MyFitnessPal or Lose It. Or sparkpeople, for that matter. I didn't put it down. In fact, if I can remember, I drank more water, tried to exercise until I was down to 236, and then I marked that because I was like, well, that's better than 230. So yeah, that happened. I lied to myself about my weight because I was so embarrassed. But I didn't lie to myself when I wrote the future note. And here's the crazy thing. It's a little bit of a tangent. I have written to myself 3 other times. The first time I was at a job that I didn't like, and I said, you better either be in school, working towards your degree, or so help me God. And when I got that email, because I had sent it December 11th. No, was it December 11th? 2012. I got it in December 11th, 2013, and I was working at Target, and I was back in school. And then I sent another email because I got written up for things that I'll talk about later. I was written up, and my manager tried to write me up because the first thing I did, I understood. I accidentally put someone's birth date down wrong in the system, and they were underage, and they were working at 4 in the morning. Now, I had told all the minors, like, you guys can't work, you can't work at 4 a.m., blah, 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 blah. I talked to everyone. I talked to her, or at least tried to. And that particular girl was like, I'll do what I want, and showed up for work. And then was like, well, no one told me that I had to be I can't work at 4 a.m. because I'm a minor. So I got written up for that, which I understand. As HR, you are supposed to follow everything. I take full responsibility for that. When they told me I was going to be written up, I said, I understand. But then the woman at the time tried to write me up for something else, and I was like, wait a minute, you're adding other stuff? No, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting you coming back after me saying, oh, well, you didn't do this too. Fuck you. That's also why I don't do retail. I feel bad for people who do retail. I try to be extra nice because I remember how that was. Oh, she cut my hours and everything. Oh, but that's beside the point. I wrote the email because I'm like, she purposely took the day off. This was the interim boss. I'm laughing because I was angry. I was pissed. She had one of her co-workers / friends write this paper up, and then this woman had to go and document it and all this stuff, and I'm just like, what the fuck? But she did that, and I remember writing in there, I said, you better graduate and get the hell out of this place and blah, blah, blah. You better find another job because this is not cutting it. As soon as that woman had done that, I started looking for jobs. And then I got my current job. And then I sent an email to myself saying, look, you're chubby and you need to get skinny. And I'm working on it. Anyway, I'm going to link all those things down below, including 230 pounds. Also, there was another woman, I think hers was 100 pounds. I have to double check, but those are the two main people I'm going to put down. I'm going to put down the website so you can find out your calculator, all that stuff. Holy crap, it is close to 15 minutes. I'm going to let you guys go. And as always, if you're new, you can hit subscribe button. Butter. Oh, I love butter. No, don't want butter. No. If you're new here and you wish to find some other stuff about me, hey, you can hit subscribe. If you don't, no skin off my back. If you like it, give it a thumbs up so you're letting me know, like, hey, I want more videos like this. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them down below. If you don't like it, you can give it a thumbs down. I'm still going to do this because I'm just stubborn as hell. I'm a Scorpio. And finally, and as always, or rather I should say, as always, have a good morning and afternoon and good night. Afternoon, evening, morning, night. You do you, baby, and I will do me, and we won't do each other, and everybody will be happy. You'll see.